Hey, HTDA, and today I'm playing some more No Man's Sky. And what I want to do is actually kind of start over. So I just finished the main quest on my main playthrough. We did an expedition in between, but that didn't really affect the main playthrough other than giving me some nice new toys to play with. But since we're in an entirely new galaxy, I kind of just want to kind of start over, make a new base, basically building a home for myself in this new galaxy and leaving the old galaxy completely behind. Now, interestingly enough, you actually get a quest to go and talk to your old friends. So let me go and do exactly that, because maybe there will actually be a new quest. I completely don't know. So Nada, what's up with you? Is it first? Is it last? I get this now. Welcome regardless. Travel entity is always welcome on board. Let's try to tell him about the Atlas. And Nada chooses not to hear. Okay, that's a nice touch, I have to admit. Okay, so let's see if Follow is any better than that. Let's tell him the truth. Do not speak, friend, Nada tells me. It is first, it is last, so it goes. Some things I do not want to discover. Okay. Is there anything else we can do with you? The usual. Okay, well, it's a neat little way of wrapping up the main quest, I suppose. So I've arrived in this new system that I just renamed A Brave New World, and I kind of like the fact that we have a lot of different types of planets in here. So we might just make this our home system. Now, before I do anything else, I do want to make sure I can actually get back here. So let me try and figure out where the station is. Hello? Oh, it's probably right around, yeah, I was about to say right around the corner. I just flew a circle around it. So we are going to be landing here and make sure I get my exosuit upgrade and also actually upgrade a fair few other things. Okay, there we go. Thanks to the expedition, not only did I get a fair few nice upgrades for my freighter that I still have to install, we'll get to that in a second, but I have more slots in my exosuit now than I know what to do with. I have a massive amount of inventory space in my exosuit as well, not to mention a lot of cargo space in my ship, which I also upgraded to Class A by spending probably too many nanites, but yeah, you know, I had to spend it on something. So we have a Class A ship now. The multi-tool itself is also upgraded a little bit with some additional slots. Again, not sure what to do with those, but I'm sure we'll find a good purpose for them. And don't forget, I actually got a new freighter at the end of the main quest line, which is way better than the one I had before. And I know it's just a Class B. I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, maybe you should just wait with upgrading it until you get like a Class S or whatever. There's probably a good reason why you're saying this, but looking at the massive upgrade I just got and the massive upgrade in general that I now have, I don't need more inventory space, and I'm not sure what a Class S or A is going to bring me on top of what I already have. I mean, there's so much room for technology in this thing already. I'm just gonna go and expand on this thing. Speaking of my freighter, I kind of really like the badass look of this thing. Look at that, and my entire fleet to go along with it. I'm turning into somewhat of a imperial fleet commander by the looks of it. I mean, a lot of these ships are actual pirate ships. Now, I do wonder, is the Mass Effect ship in here somewhere as well? It should be. I just don't see it at the moment. Let me go around and see if I can... Oh, no, never mind. There it is. There it is. Look at that. It's so cool to have that ship in here. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that reward from the expedition. In general, I'm really enjoying the fact that I have this massive fleet. Look at this. Oh man, look at this massive ship. It is so awesome. But what is going to be even more awesome is to make it functional. So first things first, we have quite a few of these fleets waiting for us. So some units, more units, more units. Oh man, that was like 1 million worth of units right there. What is this fleet going to give me? 1.1 million actually. That's pretty sweet. So let's debrief this thing as well. Activated indium. Units, more indium. Okay. That was 1200 indium. Now, was there any other fleets out? No. Okay, so yeah, so the design so far I've made of this thing is, you know, okay, I guess. I mean, it's functional, but I don't really enjoy the looks of it. So I wonder if I can improve on this a little bit. But before I do that, I also have some technology to install. So let's start with that one. Okay, here we go. So I massively upgraded the hyperdrive range and efficiency, so that's kind of awesome. I also have the expedition speed, efficiency, and mining ability upgraded for this thing, so that's kind of cool. And I also have the matter beam over here, so that's going to allow me to very easily get stuff on and off my freighter. So, wait, hold on. Oh, did that come with this? Okay, hold on, hold on. Can I, if I store this technology in my exosuit? No, I could always do that. Wow. Okay, sorry for the rant, but first of all, let me reinstall this. I didn't realize you could actually access your storage containers from the freighter menu. Well, if I can combine that with actually being able to put things from my exosuit into my freighter, is that going to give me access to every single storage container I have on the freighter from anywhere in the universe? If so, wow, that is going to completely change how we are going to do inventory management. Speaking of completely changing how we're doing things, I kind of don't like the pillars here in the middle, all these doorways. I think we can probably improve on this a little bit. Now, it does seem that if you place similar rooms next to each other, you might not get these pillars. I'm not entirely sure that is how that works, but it looks like the things that are kind of in the same category do connect a lot more naturally together. So maybe we can use that to our advantage to, I don't know, improve a little bit on this design. Something else to keep in mind is that I want to upgrade my ship a little bit in terms of functionality, but I only have 8 salvage frigate modules, so that's not that much. I'm really happy I got the matter beam for free though, because this is 5 out of that 8 if I would have want to make one myself. So, you know, that's a thing to take into consideration. In terms of the construction modules, what do we have? We have some recoloring, we have the craftable. These are the one-shot things, right? Yeah, I don't particularly care about those, for the moment at least. Let's see, what else do we have? So, there's quite a few things we can pick from here. We have the Stellar Extractor Room, which I really like, but it's probably not the main priority. I do really want the Orbital Exocraft thingy. So, that is one down. What else do we have? The Teleport Chamber, yeah, I might want... I don't care about the Appearance Room. The Scanner Room. Do I want... Yeah, I definitely want that. Who am I kidding? I want to scan all the things. Okay, so let's see. Expansion rooms. These are just for the aesthetics, I think. I also kind of like the double cultivation thingy. Mostly because I can have more plants in there. We already have a nutrition room. I don't really care about the nutrition room. So these are just empty rooms, or how does that work? Well, we can use these to kind of space things out, I suppose. So is there anything in here that are... Well, yeah, I do want the teleporter for sure. That's going to make my life so much easier, so I can actually teleport in and out of this thing. And that means that I have 4 more to spend. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick up the expansion room over here, because then I think we have everything we want from that category. I'm also gonna pick up the biology expansion thingy, and I have 2 more left, so we're going to pick up the extractor room as well as the industrial expansion as well, because now we have everything from that category. Hopefully that were the correct choices, but you know, what's going on? What's going on? We can always get more, I suppose, and then let's see if I can redesign this a little bit. Okay, so I've deleted my entire interior. I'm a little bit scared, have to admit. And now I want to start building it again. Now, let's see, we have corridors. We have all of these nice rooms. So this is kind of the the rooms I think we'll spend our most time in. Maybe. I'm actually not entirely sure. What category do our... Okay, so we have the industrial side of things. Are we gonna... Well, we can access those from the menu, so these don't need to be in the front. I also want to kind of think about how I lay my buildings out. And we have all of the nice scenery stuff that we probably have to... There's honestly not that much decorative stuff in here, and it didn't show up on the other menu. Maybe you have to buy that somewhere else. Let me know in the comments. It might be on the anomaly or something. But yeah, how are we going to do this? This is actually a little bit more complex than what I had in mind, because it's hard to visualize what you're going to be building if you can't. At least for me, it is hard to visualize it if I can't look at it like from a top-end view or anything like that, because I will have to build it out as we go. Okay, so how about we start with some very ugly corridors, and then let's focus on, for example, the technology parts. This costs a lot of silver. What happens if I place it down here? Okay, so this does kind of like build out, which is awesome. And now if I place, let's say, command room over here. Oh yeah, this definitely gets a lot more spacious than what we've had before. If I want to close down this thing, I mean, I'm not saying I should, but did I not place a bulkhead there, or is there a bulkhead there, but it's not just being kept open by the fact that we have people standing there? Yeah, that's just because of the people. Okay, so it is working like I thought it would. So similar things connected up together does open things up a lot more. Which now makes me think, do I actually want a corridor in here, or should I do that somewhat different? Let me think about this. Okay, not gonna lie, this took me a while to design, but I already had all the materials, so here we go. I have this planetary probe thing in the middle, right and around the corner, so every time I jump into a new system, I can easily go and explore it. Look, we have our own portal in the corner, as well as a galactic trade terminal, so we can actually sell our stuff. I have a whole bunch of these terminals, so I can send out some expeditions. We have room to add more. And then over here in the corner, we have a nice little, I don't know, plant farming area, whatever you want to call that. I have planted everything that I can. All the different types of plants I currently know are in here. Not any large amounts, as you can see, but you know, it's going to be very easy to farm them. Just by pressing this button is going to do the trick. So we have that up and running, and then last but not least, we have our industrial area over here. So I have a couple of refiners over here, which is going to be quite awesome. We have a lot of storage. Honestly, I don't even know why I would ever want 9 storage units, but you know, these 4 are going to be quite sufficient. As you can see, I have been a little bit strategic with how I've put them together. So these are all the raw materials. Then I have another storage container with more the plant-based materials. I have another one with all the kind of like the faction-related items. Then I have another one with building materials, as well as navigation data, salvage data, and then I have another one for things I might want to store up, like the fishing rig. So we have that. Look at this. We also have this awesome thing that will allow me to spawn my vehicles anywhere I want. I also have the trade terminal. I'm not sure. There we go. I was about to say, I'm not sure we can use it without someone, but I just ported in my little dude from my base in the previous galaxy. So, you know, welcome to the galaxy, I guess. And then, oh, I have these awesome things over here. So we have stellar extractor cores that are going to just be passively mining stuff for me. It's going to be, I think it's going to be the same thing all over, so I don't need to have too many of these. But you know, it's free stuff. All in all, I am really happy with this layout. It looks a lot more interesting than it did before. Still pretty simple, I guess. But you know, we gotta start somewhere. Now, let's go activate the planetary probe. And look at that. Every planet in this system has now been discovered by me. So let's make sure we log that in. And we have a Forsaken planet. We have a Scorched planet. We have a Miasmatic planet. Actually wondering, and do we have any like perfect planets in here? This is an obsidian bead. I actually don't know what that is. I mean, a frozen planet and a miasmatic planet and stuff like that, I have a feel for, but what is an obsidian bead? So it just means it's completely made out of obsidian. It also seems to have less stuff on there than some of the other ones. Oh, we actually do have a fungal mold planet as well. We're gonna have to rename these planets at some point as well, but let me think, what should we do next? Well, several of you actually suggested that I play around with the refiner, so let me see. One thing I wanted to try out, I think that was mentioned in the comments, is that you are apparently able to make more hydrogen by making use of those refiners. So let's see. I can turn hydrogen into dihydrogen jelly, so that would cost me 40 dihydrogen. Now, actually, I wonder if I do that in the refiner. Where is it? I wish this had a search function, to be honest. Oh, hold on. It's actually in my inventory, so that's going to make it a little easier. There we go. So you actually save 25% by making it in here. So I can start making some jelly in the machine. And this doesn't need any power, so this will just keep going for 20 minutes and then I'll have 20 jelly. Okay, now if I take out the jelly from the machine and I walk over to the next one over here and I put it back to the machine, that is going to give me 40 hydrogen out. So every time I do this loop once, I'm gonna get 10 hydrogen jelly. Well, not 10 hydrogen jelly, 10 dihydrogen itself, by completing this loop. And well, the other way around goes a lot quicker, to be fair. So as long as I do this in the machines, this should net me a little bit of jelly every time I do that. Now, I'm not entirely convinced this is going to be the way I actually want to do this, because just popping down to a planet and scooping up a whole bunch of dihydrogen is pretty fast as well. But you know, it is definitely an option we have. Although, come to think of it, sometimes people in these galactic trade centers and stuff like that, and some of the frigate captains, etc., do actually sell jelly as well. So that could be a reason to keep scooping those up whenever we come across that, because I can actually convert them back into something else that I want to use. Now, when it comes to recipes, there's a lot of recipes that I actually don't know yet. Specifically, there's 0 of them I know when it comes to the complex ones, which I assume is combining 3 different items together to make something. I wonder, can I find out these recipes just by manually trying stuff? So the answer is yes. I actually just put together fascium and carbon, and it showed up as condensed carbon. I didn't actually make any. I was just trying to put different things in, and it did unlock that recipe, so that's actually really interesting. So this is actually really interesting as well. There seem to be a lot of recipes where you combine, for example, oxygen with a material that produces more of that material. But as you can see, I only start out with about 400 chlorine. I'm going to end up with 2300. So this is a very nice way to completely expand your collection of a certain material if you want that. Now, of course, it's going to cost me oxygen. So that makes me wonder, is there a way to produce oxygen easily? Okay, so after some clicking around in the atrocious way you have to do that in the refiner, I was able to find quite a few recipes. So I have no intention of trying to find all of them, to be honest. You can probably look them up, which is a lot less painful than doing it like this. But it is worth knowing that you can organically find these recipes. I even found a free one by combining copper, silver, and gold, because that just seems like an obvious combination. But yeah, the nice thing about this menu is, however, that there's multiple ways to craft things. For example, I found out that you can make nanite clusters not just from the mold, but also from pugnium. And you can look that up like this. So, you know, that is quite convenient. You can also tell that there's no alternative recipes for some of these things, because you can't actually open that up. Because if you don't know that recipe already, let me find an example of that. I think this is one. So I know I can make the silicate forging, sorry, the glass from silicate, but there's apparently another way to make this as well, which I haven't found yet. So yeah. It's nice that you don't have to buy all of these recipes, but you can just find them for yourself. Actually, I don't know if you can buy them, because that would be a lot less painful than trying to manually look all of them up, and a little bit less cheaty than just looking them up on the interweb. The nice thing is I can actually just continue my quest lines that I was doing on my base for my ship now, because I just installed the construction hub here as well, and it's giving me a new quest. I first of all completed the quest that required me to get a Gravitino ball, so now I can actually install an Indian drive on my ship if I want to. I just do need the materials for that. But I can also just continue the quest, so for example, it now requires me to gather Mordite, which I have in my crater somewhere. I have a system. Oh, there it is. Right the first time. So I can just grab this. It doesn't actually register as me having it if it's in the freighter cargo, although I can craft from that. So it's a little bit weird when it does and doesn't count. But, you know, I can complete this quest. There's a lot of people getting in the way. So, give him the Mordite. And now I get some schematics for an Exocraft terminal. Okay, so, you know, that's the thing I can now craft. I also apparently can now make a geology cannon. What does this do? Propose plasma shells designed for rapid ground excavation? Huh. So that's interesting. A terrain destruction device. I wonder if I can actually mine doing this with this as well. Probably not. Oh, okay, that's good to know. I can't actually access my freighter cargo space while I'm not on the freighter itself. So that means I might need to store certain items over here rather than in the storage for easier access. Oh, and speaking of quests, there is a trace of metal quest that's in my inventory over here, which apparently has something to do with the Sentinels. And I think I read something somewhere along the line that this is actually another main quest type of thing. It also requires me to defend my settlement. Now I kind of want to leave this settlement behind and just start a new one in this galaxy, but you know, we can't just leave them hanging. There's apparently an extreme Sentinel assault, so let's go and defend them. Okay, here I am. I'm back at my settlement. Now let's check the debt status. That's probably going to be horrific. We're 6 million in the negative. Honestly, I've been completely ignoring this thing, but still. Anyway, let's see. There should be some Sentinels. Yep, they are definitely here. So, let's see. What are we going to use? The Pulse Spitter, I guess? I mean, they seem to be fairly open for, you know, negotiations. Not even shooting at me. That's probably a famous... Yeah, never mind. I was about to say famous last words. Actually, shooting things with this Pulse Spitter is not as easy as it might seem. It does very well complement the way I usually play FPS games, though. Just pray and hope for the best. Okay, so let's see. I think that was most of them. Oh. Did I actually shoot these things? Hold on. Ha, interesting. Oh, is that what I just looted from that? The shell of a Sentinel drone, all that remains after its destruction and combat. While the exterior is physically intact, its internals have been severely burned. Given the right tools and several exotic components, it may be possible to repair it. Huh. An anomalous broadcast had reached Popov's hole. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, we need to receive the broadcast. Well, I guess that's what we're doing then. Let's see. Received the anomalous broadcast. There we go. This terminal is fascinating. It's recorded all sorts of data about you and the settlers. I can see they've been... well, that's not the point. I have shut down your little major domo for now. Okay. Robots cannot be trusted, not with what I have to tell you. I kind of like the looks of this guy, by the way. Settlement major domo disabled. Unable to... okay. Well, let's demand some answers then, I guess. Anyone with their eyes open could see a sentinel spike of that magnitude even when they weren't spying on you. What happened? Did they leave any interesting tidbits behind? See what you can find and come to the anomaly. I have to know more. Okay, I guess. Did he just shut down my base or what? He didn't. But while I'm here, Were we still building the upgrade to the... yeah, we were, by the looks of it. There must be a quicker way to get around these things. I'm really wondering. I like how ships keep landing on this thing, despite it being under construction. But I probably built this in the worst possible spot. Well, honestly, no. It makes sense for it to be on the outside of the town, considering you don't want like spaceships landing in the middle. But it's an inconvenient place for sure. However, it is currently producing about 3,000 positive. Well, let's open the building once more. Yay, firework. And let's see if this thing is now actually making a profit. Skipping the fireworks apparently does exactly nothing. Ah, okay, so it's now actually making a 15,000 production per day. So we could upgrade it to S-Class with 12 navigation data. Oh, that's an interesting cost associated with that. Hold on. We also have 2 out of 3 employees. Okay, that's interesting. I also remember someone in the comments telling me that I should probably upgrade my main building as well. Which, you know, I haven't really been looking at all. So let's see what we need to upgrade that one. Now, I was actually planning on leaving this base all alone, but at the same time, I mean... we don't necessarily need to do that. We can actually upgrade it to an A class. How long is that going to take? That is going to take, oh, just 1.5 minutes. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, there we go. So now it's at about 20,000 in the negative. So let's see what happens when we upgrade that to an A class. It's surprising, honestly, that it was running at such a low deficit, despite it being, you know, already B class to begin with. But let's see how this looks now. It's still running at a deficit. And we would need 200 indium in order to upgrade this, and we should have that back on the ship. Oh man, being able to just hop onto my freighter, get all my stuff, and then loot, for example, all of these plants that just grew. I should be able to actually complete a quest while I'm on it. Let's see. I just farmed a Gravitino ball. So let's see if this will actually... there we go. Sure. Tell me about your Gravitino theories. I'll get back to the colony in a second. The nature of the relationship to Sentinels and the Gravitino host. This all seems to be very Sentinel heavy, by the way. That grow in the world is unclear. Some theorize that the hosts grow from the blood of fallen Sentinels. Okay. Drones acting as seeds for new life. Others says they are a sign of beauty, that the planet is worthy of Sentinel protection. Huh. The captain has a different theory. They suggested that the Sentinels carried the pollen of hosts from world to world. Okay, that's kind of awesome. And apparently no one else thought that. Okay. Well, let's see. That should complete my quest. Well, no, that should not complete my quest. But I can complete it now by handing over one of the balls. There we go. Oh look, we found ourselves a new plant to plant. Well, we'll need to expand the arboratory. Is that a word? Arboratory? Arboreum? I don't know. Something with plants in it. Okay, these are found on otherwise barren worlds, waiting for the moment to thrive. Okay. Alright, we're going to have to plant some of those, but we'll get back to that in a second because I'm once again all over the place. Okay, so I just got back to my settlement, and apparently, for some reason, there are yet again Sentinels around. So I'm not entirely sure what that is all about. And didn't clearing out the first wave kind of do the trick? Well, I guess not. Oh well, I took them out again, and let's upgrade our main base to class S, I think? Yeah. Oh, again, this is only going to take 1.5 minutes. I should definitely have done this first before doing all the other stuff, because this takes quite a lot less time to do. Huh, that's interesting. So even though I upgraded it to level S, it actually produces still the same amount of productivity. It does now have room for 2 employees. I'm not entirely sure what that does for me, but yeah, this is a little bit disappointing. I do wonder now whether or not I should be upgrading all of these existing buildings rather than adding new ones to it. I'm not entirely sure what upgrading my sleeping pod to an advanced living unit will do for me, but hopefully it will do more than the current building does. So let's just keep upgrading this. And yeah, if you're wondering, there are Sentinels all around now. Every time I leave the city, even for a second, just to grab some materials, sentinels keep respawning, which I have a feeling has to do with that quest line. Now, this is going to take me 20 minutes, unlike the other buildings that I was doing before, so, you know, I guess we're doing that quest line then. Look at my awesome battleship. I really, really like it. However, that is not where we need to go, because we need to go to the space anomaly to meet up with a new friend we just made. Oh, hey, look, it's actually the dude that was destroying my obsolete multi-tools. Anyway, he scans the room, there in our eyes darting rapidly back and forth. After a slight hesitation, they erupt in a flurry of excitement. Okay then. Deceit, imposters, betrayal, suspicion. Oh, are you okay? I am not without my own methods. My network sees much of its own. But first, tell me your own words. Exactly what happened at your settlement? Well, we got attacked by sentinels. You have never shown mercy to those who try to build on planets. It's a constant, but this is new and unexpected. We must learn more. Well, we have a drone shell. Okay, he's looking at it. Forgive me, traveler. They have chased me for so long, but I never seen one so close. Perhaps this one is our key. I could restore it, remap its own mind. Yeah, that sounds like a very bad plan. Oh, wait. It will only take a few new components. I shall begin at once. See what you can source from the others. Speak to the other traveler iterations. Okay. I was about to ask which ones those are, but I guess that's almost all of the people here that are not like actual people. And explained Tatta's plan. These drones are not the malicious force some imagine them to be. I believe the Sentinels to be a vital, life-preserving function of the cosmos. I will give you this phylactery, okay? It holds a whisper of the ether that flows within the portals. Let us all understand how to make use of it. Okay. Well, there's someone else we need to talk to, apparently. Oh, they're down there. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's that one dude that I already talked to like 5 times, wondering what he was all about. He looks really weird, by the way. I hadn't actually noticed that before. Almost like a cat face, but creepy? I don't know. I shake my head and clear my vision. Focus. Ariadne may have the things Thetis needs to restore the drone. Well, let's explain the plan once more. Why would I have anything like that? I begin to cough. They seem ill. Apologies, I have not been myself lately. I do not think I can help you, like traveler. Well, you weren't much good. And then how about the two of you? Let's see. Gemini nods thoughtfully, seemingly lost in some strange calculation. Let's explain the plan some more. He's doing what to a Sentinel drone? Yeah, that was pretty much my response as well. My friend, this is madness. The robots are not our friends. They may still be rescued. My eyes long for beauty, traveler, but these sentinels are unthinking parasites, tearing down everything, anything that might elevate us. Okay. But you are, I suppose, building something new. Taking that cursed shell and constructing something better. Well, that was easy. I will help you, but please keep safe. Take my nanite filament, that your drone may remember me when it awakes. So we got a phylactery, a filament. Oh, hello. Esperus is also going to share, hopefully. Oh, Kindred, be careful. Even with the best of intentions, we can make such mistakes. The blood of sentinels, it brings only lies. Does Polo know what you're doing? It would be both considerate and wise to let them know. Well, I guess we're going upstairs then. Hey, Polo, how are you? You're building something, friend. Yes, I recognize it in you. Yes, we're building a sentinel drone in the middle of your ship. Yeah, we are brave indeed, or very stupid. Not sure which one of those it is. You may tame your little robot, you may not, but it will always be made out of glass. It cannot exist in our home. Take these beads, yes, it will help them bind them to you. Okay, you will be a good robot master. Oh, I like the sound of that. So, we have a lot of stuff now. I guess we go back to our little friend over here in the corner. Now, I do wonder... Can we have pets in this game? I mean, you could kind of like tame those animals on the planets, but that this is in deep thought. They fix me with an inquiring stare. We have a lot of stuff for you. This handful of junk is what they gave you. No help at all. Oh well, I can make it work. Well, if you can make it work, it was not useless junk, right? Just let me hear. Nearly, It's alive! Or I'm fairly confident it would be if it weren't for Apollo's suppression fields. Its system's readout just keeps repeating the word glass. You have to take it away from here for a field test. Well, that I can do. Take care of it, won't you? Rare item found. Okay. A specialist device created by the iteration. Its primary function is to heal your reconstructed Sentinel drone. Select the device and use Activate Flare to signal the drone. While this flare is active in your exosuit inventory, the drone will stay by your side while planetside. That sounds really cool. Field test the drone at Popov's Hole. Okay, so here we are outside. I'm not sure why I need to test it here, but let's just go with it. Activate the flare. That's kind of cute. Okay, so we can talk to it. Fault detected, reverting. Core cognitive functions available, higher processing disabled. Fix one of the glass. Okay. Defragment. Ooh, file system access denied. Don't start shooting at me, please. Sentinel pillar node detected. Coordinates locked. Awaiting networking proximity. I guess we're going to the Sentinel Sentinel thingy again? I mean, it's the one that we've already visited a few times before, but... So it has locked onto a set of coordinates. Search the marked location to learn more about the reconstructed drone. Okay, I guess that's where we're going. Hey, there's my little friend. Well, if he's going to follow me around, this quest is definitely going to be worth it. So let's see. We need to interact with this, I suppose. Oh, we need to destroy the nodes, just like before. Well, we can do that, and hopefully once we do, we can ignore all of these sentinels walking around. Well, it looks like I might still have to fight the sentinels after all. Well, it wasn't too bad, just go ballistic on them, and they die pretty quickly, honestly. Okay, so let's see, boundary node exposed. My exosuit begins integrating directly with the terminal, its AI flooding with data. I see flashes of schematics, glass structures, language files. Yeah, sure, go ahead. My exosuit completes its valuable work, though I'm unsure what it exactly was attempting to do. Words flash on the hive's terminal, suddenly legible. Oh, I can read the stuff now. Download hardware blueprints. Sure. A set of Sentinel hardframe schematics. Okay. So we have a hardframe right arm. Oh, this is for the Minotaur. That is interesting. This limb overrides function. Oh, okay. So it deploys high-velocity stun projectiles and serves as an excellent support weapon to the Minotaur's primary cannon. Okay. We also got the Exocraft summoning station and the Minotaur geobay, which I think I already had, but okay. Suddenly I hear an alarm beginning to sound. New words swim forth upon the screen. Local anomaly detected. Drone imposter attempt network reconstitution. Let's initiate a remote memory purge. The terminal attempts to broadcast data to the sentry, but something is wrong. I hear the voice in my exosuit, but none of the words make sense. Okay. Can I still deactivate the thingies? Yeah, we can! Well, that will just make sure we don't have sentinels anytime soon. Okay, my little friends, what about now? What are you requiring me to do? Remote memory flash complete. The program deployed the sentry. Greetings, hello, hi. Hello. These sentinels look exactly like the robots from the ancient movie by now. Batteries not included. Super cute. If you haven't seen that movie, it's worth watching just for the robots. Anyway, the Sentinel is delighted. It has never said hello before. You wear a mechanical suit. Living close with a voice, yes? Must upgrade. Hard frame, suit? Minotaur, yes! Now you wear them. Okay. Go, good. Goodbye. Okay. So what do we need to do? Let's see. Install the Sentinel hard frame right arm. So installs stolen Sentinel technology in your Minotaur Exocraft. This will enhance the Minotaur's mining laser systems. Okay, well that sounds like fun. It's kind of cool. The Sentinel robot thingy seems to be like scanning stuff. I think it was actually firing on the other Sentinels as well. I don't think it was doing a particularly large amount of damage or anything like that, but you know, it's kind of cool. Well, it seems I'm going to be using my initial base a little bit longer because I don't want to interrupt all of this by building a completely new one just yet. So we're going to need an Exocraft terminal. I don't think we actually have anyone to go along with that, honestly. So let's summon back the dudes we had on our ship. It's kind of funny that they just plop in like that. Can I use this like it is? Nope, we need to recruit a technician in a space station, apparently. Well, before we do that, hold on, different exit, there we go. Let's go outside and build ourselves, where is it? It's probably in the last place I'm looking for it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, last place, like I said. Okay, we need some ion batteries and metal plating, and then we can build ourselves a Minotaur geobay. And there we go. And look at the little robot checking it out right away. Okay, so if we go to the Exocraft, is this where we do this? Yeah, so hard frame right arm. We're going to need some ionized cobalt for that, as well as some wiring. Okay, well, there we go. It now has a shooting arm, I guess. And I also installed the Icarus fuel system. I'm not sure where I got the recipe for that, but this basically allows the sun to power this thing during the day, so that should hopefully make sure that I don't run out of fuel that quickly. And I'll look at that. Now, if I get in here... I have a stun cannon. Okay, well, I guess it's more than nothing. Now, where's my little robot at? Hello? Oh, there you are. Because you probably have yet another mission for me. Haha, Minotaur, yes. Good or firm? Good. Oh, bad, bad, negative. The hive has disrupted your settlement. The settlers are fragmented. See them? Oh boy. We're attacking once more. Yeah, okay. We are going to have to go back to our little settlement. Oh, there was a settlement alert for urgent settler meeting. Where do we do that? Do we do that over here? Yes. Ah, okay. So, answer questions about the sentry. Sure. The citizens have grown curious. They know the sudden and traumatic appearance of the Sentinel hard frames and that the overseer appears to be accompanied by a rogue drone. Yes, well, move along. The citizens are pleased by your words. They have lived in fear of the Sentinels their entire lives and now hope for peace. They wish to assist you in your search for answers and have prepared an expedition. Do we send them to an abandoned building or to a monolith? Abandoned building seems more valuable. Hello? No. Oh, there they go, apparently. So, let's see. Can we check the status of the mission somewhere? We've done this once before, but I actually don't remember. Poppuffsls? I don't even know how to pronounce this. We could rename this. Yeah. We're going to rename this into Gektown, because that's pretty much what it is. There's all kinds of Geks running around. Now, we have upped the productivity to almost 200k, so we are getting closer at least to having a maintenance that is at least breaking even. But, you know, for the moment that is not happening. So the expedition is in progress. Can I tell somewhere where the expedition is at? Huh. I don't know, but I can check back at my building over here, because that should now be able to upgrade. So, let's see. It is currently losing me 10k per day. If I open this, it is going to upgrade itself. Oh, I also think it actually upgraded its looks. Did it? Not entirely sure if that actually looks any better than it did before. But anyway, let's see. It is still not really making me any money. It does have an award-winning layout. Can I see what that does? That would have been nice to, you know what it actually does. Yeah, let's just keep upgrading it and hopefully it will actually turn into a profit at some point. This is again going to cost me 20 minutes. I just realized we also have a couple of these larger buildings in here that I might have wanted to prioritize over what I am now building in terms of these living quarters, because if I just look at this multiborn, for example, it's already producing way more. So I assume that if I would upgrade this rather than some of the smaller buildings, that would actually get me maybe closer to the positive. I don't know, but I guess we have to wait for another 20 minutes to find out. Well, at least my Sentinel is giving me something to do in the meanwhile. So let's speak some more. Localization bad. Help me, you. Go there, place. Not sure where we're going, but the drone transmits a set of numbers to my exosuit. They do appear to be valid coordinates. Okay. Oh, it's outside of the local system. I kind of didn't want to continue exploring this particular galaxy, but I guess while we're doing this mission, we might as well. Okay, so before I jump to the system where we need to go, I'm actually wondering, I keep seeing these pop-ups on systems with these three thingies, as you can see on the kind of to the northwest of where I'm currently at. So far as that makes sense in space, but you know what I mean, hopefully. I've seen systems like that all over the place, but I'm not entirely sure what they're tied to. So if you know, let me know in the comments. In the meanwhile, let's keep on building ourselves a little drone. Oh boy, we have some more pirates to defeat. Well, it turns out the pirates had nothing to do with the actual quest line, but it did give me another signal that told me to go to this planet, so I guess that's where we're going. And on a side note, it's actually interesting to see that this system that is right next door to my old system just got discovered very recently by a player as well. So if that's one of you watching, let me know in the comments. But if not, it's kind of fun to see that there are still actively new players in the same zone that I was playing in before as well. So that's kind of cool. Well, hello there. This is an interesting base, and there also seem to be sentinels around. I'm actually not sure. Are these hostile sentinels? Because they're not showing up as hostile yet. Oh, they are actually hostile. Never mind. And considering apparently I have to shoot myself away in, that is going to activate them most likely. Yep, there we go. Although even if you shoot the door, as long as you just move inside, they seem to have a lot of trouble actually realizing that you're inside, and and they will just dissipate after 20 seconds or so. Oops, I just clicked past the first line of text, but the numbers that apparently scroll past call out to me. I find that my hand upon the panel. A needle extends from the glove of my suit. I did not know I had a needle in my suit. That seems troublesome. No, we're giving in, probably. Probably a very bad idea as well. I surrender to my exosuit. I'm a statue, a powerless witness to whatever it is attempting. This seems like an extremely bad idea. Wave after wave of numbers fill the terminal screen, patterns swirling as my exosuit communes with the data. At last, it halts upon a prompt I understand. Glass archive breached. Boundary status open. Download hardframe blueprints. Yes, give me more stuff that I can put on my Minotaur. The factory is a portal, an anonymous note no more. Through this window, my exosuit retrieves another set of Sentinel hardframe schematics from whatever world of data lies beneath. There was no need to feel afraid. Well, I'm not sure I completely... Ooh, what's this? These are feet. I was expecting another arm. A collection of salvaged components from a Sentinel hardframe reconditioned to fit... Okay, yeah. Installation will significantly improve the Minotaur's engine and mobility systems, and we have already all the stuff that we need in order to make this. I like it. Oh, hold on. There's more. Additional entity registered. Lay Labs. The sentry deactivate... neural upgrade node available. Proceed. Yes, please. Didn't we... see or hear something about Lay Labs in one of the main quests as well? Oh man, I don't remember. Anyway, neural pocket upgrade broadcast awaiting a remote response. The factory deployed a neural upgrade to Sentry. Inspect your drone with E to test the results. Huh. Because I was just thinking, I mean, why am I doing this, well, other than the upgrades for my Minotaur, of course, why am I doing this upgrade to make a little companion if I already have one? But apparently this guy is getting upgraded. Network purge completed, restoring basal cognitive layer. Okay. Different colors. Anyway, feeling better, feel fresh. Greetings, Telemon. I'm not Telemon. Perhaps I've made an error. Yes, error. Apologies, traveler. Please accept my fault. To better establish bond, install hardframe blueprint to own Minotaur. You compute more. Well, I guess I know what we're doing. Okay, not the most impressive upgrade, I suppose, but I was sitting down. It's been a long day, guys. I'm excited by way too many things, I suppose. So let's see. It is going to boost the fuel usage by -11, so that's pretty nice. Well, we also have some more fuel to walk around with, so all in all, not too bad. Is this going to link up with anything? It's really hard to tell, but I think these two are actually boosting each other. So, yeah. Are we slowly turning the entire thing blue? Is that what we're doing? Anyway, we have at least 2 more parts to go in that case, so let's continue the quest line. Oh, and apparently my quest expedition thingy that my settler sent out just came back. Complete coincidence, of course. So we're going to head back to the settlement. I do have to note, by the way, that even though I've been playing this game for dozens of hours now, between the expeditions and the continuous quests and all the... I have literally a to-do list in front of me of things I still want to try out. I'm nowhere near done with this game, so yeah, if this is your type of game, there is a plenty of value to go around. Now, let's see, what do we need to do here? At the administration terminal, we need to deal with that expedition, so let's do that. Let's see, the citizens who went seeking about answers of Sentinels have returned from their expedition. They report they found the Sentinel hardframe blueprint. Okay, but the atmosphere is subdued. Why? You found stuff. Oh, this is for the left arm. Thank you. The citizens murmur their appreciation, but they are muttering swirling rumors about the water. The citizens are reluctant to speak further. They do not seem quite themselves. So, what do these... Okay, so we can either release them or quarantine them, but we will add a feature to something, to my village, I guess. If we release them, we get a creeping spreading glass. That doesn't sound good. But honestly, quarantining the explorers doesn't really... Okay, this is... I mean, the obvious safe decision would be to quarantine them, but I want to see what happens with the creeping spreading glass. Mostly because I'm actually interested to see if that will show up in the actual village. That might be a bit too much to ask for this game, but, you know, we're going to find out one way or another. So, let's see. We have the left arm now. And when installed alongside a Minotaur laser, it transforms the mining laser into a powerful combat upgrade, with the ability to deal heavy damage to stunned entities. Okay, so I can stun them with the one gun and then damage them with the other. That's kind of cool, to be honest. Okay, there we go. We have an almost completely blue Minotaur now. And look at this, 400% damage to stunned entities and 62% to the mining laser power. So, you know, that sounds like a lot. And we also have the post-impact ignition, whatever that means. So we're going to set things on fire. Is that what it is? Well, the problem is I don't actually have a laser just yet. So I think if I jump in here, I'm not sure if it comes with a laser or not. No, I only have the stun cannon. Whee! This is a really fun thing though. Anyway, oh, my bot wants to talk to me some more. Well, let's do that. I'm thinking about names. Tell them I'm not Telemon. Places have names, people have names, even clothing. Yes, hopefully, preferably. But I do not possess a name. Why? I don't know. I mean, I definitely want to give it a name. So I don't know. When I was part of the hive, it did not require a designation, but where's my hive now? I know, I will give myself a name. I will call myself Laylabs. I am not surprised. That's a good name, is it not? Hello, Laylabs. They're delighted to hear their name. Ah, that's so cute. Your Minotaur friend needs a mind before it can flourish. I can help. Okay. I see the big walkers. I see when they walk. Obtain the brain of a walker. Well, I have one of those, actually. Bring it to your anomaly. Bring it to Thetis, not Telemon. Sure. You're gonna make me fight another walker, aren't you? I don't want to die either. And I had a lot of trouble with the previous walker. But anyway. Plans, blueprints, upgrade technology, my gift to you. Ooh. So what am I getting? Okay, so the paralysis mortar, which I already had, I think. That was it? Oh, we need a pristine walker brain. But I am pretty sure, I can't tell from here. Pretty sure I already have one of those. So do you really need me to go to that quest line? Installation of the Sentinel will allow... Okay. Retrieve a pristine brain from an elite Sentinel walker. Let me check my inventory. But before we do that, I am going to check out the status of my village a bit more. Specifically, I want to see if this building actually turns into something different. So, it looks kind of okay now. It's now an advanced living thingy. Operating at a significant loss, but okay. If we unfill the new opening, I don't actually think the looks of the buildings change if you upgrade them. Which is a little bit sad, I have to admit. Let me double check that. No, I don't think it looks any different now. In terms of stats, well, we can fit in a lot more people, but that didn't really seem to do anything. So what I want to try out now is take a look at some of my larger buildings. For example, the one over here. I'm not entirely sure where the thingy is. There it is. This is the large depot. This already produces quite a bit. We need 9 ion batteries in order to upgrade that. Well, we can craft those. And not completely unexpected, this is going to take me a little bit longer to upgrade, but that's fine. I am hoping that this will give me a significant boost to my income. And I'm also happy to report that at this point we're only running about 100k loss per day. I mean, that's still quite a bit, but it is definitely nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Well, sadly, the walker brain that I already got is not counting towards the quest line, so I guess we have to go and shoot down one of those big guys again. I'm not sure if this is intentional or just a bug, but it actually looks like this Sentinel is stuck on this little island. I think we actually visited this exact island before, by the way, but it's so funny to see it sitting there kind of all by itself on the island. I'm finding this a lot more funny than it probably is, but yeah. Anyway, let's beam down to the planet. Wait, where did it go? Oh, I landed a little bit too far away, I think. Hold on. Where's the island? Where did it go? Oh, no. Look at him. He's sitting out there with his little monument on his tiny little island. I am going to try to shoot it from here, though, because... Which is actually a lot harder than it looks. But I think it's out of reach. Okay, but I thought we were going to have to fight one of those large, like, Star Wars-like walkers. But this is just a tiny one. We should be able to handle that pretty easily. Oh, and if you're wondering why it didn't just land on the water, I actually have a couple of my subsystems that are still broken. For example, the one that allows me to actually land on water. Mostly because I don't have the Pearl, or what was it, the other one, Sulfite things to repair it. I just haven't taken the time yet to go out and grab them. They might actually, oh, there we go. They might actually be just around the corner, so while we're swimming anyway, I should probably pick a few of those up. Oh no, it is actually one of the big ones. It just looked tiny while it was sitting down. Whoa, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, well, this thing just died on the bottom of the ocean, but after spasming around for a long time, it actually died pretty easily. So let's see, unlike most walker brains, this one has survived its violent extraction, and it's pristine and undamaged. Unlike the other 3 I actually had in my inventory in my freighter. Anyway, it could potentially be installed in a new vessel. Okay, well that's interesting. We can mine this thing apparently as well. There we go. Can we mine anything else? Probably not, but yeah. I'm gonna grab a couple of pearls and some sulfide, and then we're going to head back to the base to upgrade our stuff some more. And we're back at this guy, so let's see. Still alive, I see. That's a good start. It's doing their best to appear aloof and unconcerned, but it's clear to me they are struggling to contain their excitement. Before I can reply, they explode with questions. Did it work? Tell me, did the drone live? Where has it led you? What have you learned? Well, it gave itself a name. That is unusual. That's beyond simple engineering. I should have looked more closely at those beats Polo gave you. That gag is always up to something. And the drone is doing well. Oh, I do wish I could see it, but I cannot leave this anomaly, and the anomaly is the one place the drone can never be. And we have a pristine brain, and how is it gonna go crazy? Never one so beautiful. And you can say our drone friend told you to bring it to me? Remarkable. So, we want to go... this to go here, Minotaur? I like how you think, Traveler. Bring the heavy armaments to the fight against the Sentinels. Yes, exactly. There's a few vulnerabilities in these things. Should be a simple enough job to bypass a few circuits. Yes, this won't take long. Okay. There we go. I've done the hard part for you and rewired the brain. The schematic should take you through the rest of the process. So, this is the body. Totally unexpected. It will function as a semi-autonomous artificial pilot plugin. Installation allows the Minotaur to traverse planets itself and engage in combat or mining activities to support its primary operator. Okay. The AI pilot will always cede control to the primary operator when they enter the cockpits. I'm really curious to figure out how this works. I mean, I can kind of get the combat, because that just seems to indicate that whenever I get into combat, this thing will start firing on my enemies. That makes sense. But how is it going to automate the mining activities? That is going to be super interesting. But I guess the easiest way to figure out is actually to build the thing. It needs something else. Something crimson. Okie dokie. The signature I've encoded in the brain will draw its attention. Head out into space so you'll know what to do. Well, that doesn't sound really good. But, yeah, so what do we actually need to do? We need to go to the Exocraft. Oh, but I can't actually craft anything from over here. Well, I'm back to the town. Okay, so before I can actually build this, I need the Radiant Brain. And the Radiant Brain is something I will need to make from the hacked brain by exposing it to the Atlas. So, back to the Atlas we go. But anyway, while we're here, we apparently have to make a policy decision. So we can either yell at strangers. So let's see. Our leading thinkers are worried by searching and yelling at strangers among the citizens. They feel the only sensible action would be an immediate ban. So we can either ban the yelling, or we can not ban the yelling, and that will make people happy. They're also going to pay a lot more maintenance, while we only reduce our happiness by 1%. I mean, my happiness is tanked already, so let's just ban the yelling. I mean, look at the status of the thingy. Are we making a profit now? No, not quite, but I mean, the happiness was 0 already anyway. Well, close to 0. So, to the Atlas we go. Which we apparently do just by randomly warping through space, and wow, there we go. That looks really cool, to be honest. Let's see. We need to use the communicator. There we go. I know how to do this. The Atlas beacon drifts through space, impossibly silent and impossibly loud. It knows I am here. Here, have a hack brain. Endless. Blah 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 blah. Endless. I know some words. not that many, apparently. Okay, now we have the Radiant Brain. So, previously embedded within the Sentinels of Walker, this semi-organic computer has now been altered by both iteration of Atlas and the messenger of the Atlas. Okay. The words of the beacon ring a crimson echo in my ears. Their terrible music has stirred something within the hacked brain. It pulsates with a new and radiant light. I'm actually kind of curious now. First of all, what's the next step in our quest line? Let me look this up. So we just install the thingy. But what I'm really wondering about is... there is an AI you can just buy, like an AI upgrade that you can just buy from the anomaly. Does that just work in exactly the same way, or is that something different? I actually don't know. Okay, so let's try this out. We can craft the hard frame body now. Clickety clickety click. And there we go, it is now activated. Now what does this do? Yeah, just reads the exact same thing. Does this link up with anything that I can see? Does look like it. Okay. So what are you going... Oh, you're going to follow me now. That is kind of cool. Now, how are you going to do the mining? Well, you can't actually do mining because you don't have a mining beam. Okay, but this is kind of cool. I can just walk around planets now and this thing will follow me around. If anything, that will mean that if I use this as a vehicle, I can just go in here, go from A to B, and then when I start walking around to do whatever I need to do on that planet, it'll just make sure it stays close. I mean, that by itself is already useful. But hey, Laylaps, what are you, what you're up to? You're very happy about it. It is friend, it's not friend. They can choose. Well, hopefully they will choose to be my friend, Laylaps. I'm so glad you agreed to help. Telemon, not Telemon. So, who is Telemon? Of course you do not know, do you? Well, it does not matter. I am glad we are friends. Well, it does matter because I asked you and we're friends. I will prove we are friends. Erase me from the pillar records. Attack the hive. Attack the sentinels with my blessing. We are a team. Okay then. Fulfill their wish. Okay. So what are we attacking? Are we going back to the same thing? I'm a little confused. Where's the signal? Oh, it's actually over there. Ah, it's on a different planet. Well, off we go. Okay then, well, I guess here goes nothing. Let's start destroying some of these things. And see how much damage my actual robot does. Quite a bit by the looks of it. Oh, the stun works really well. I mean, it's derping around a little bit, I have to admit. But yeah, this is working quite nicely, honestly. Now let's make sure I take out the smaller bots first. And then maybe the big dude can take out the big dude? Is that how that works? Probably not, but you know, it is definitely running interference for me as well. I mean, the big guys are fighting each other, making my life a lot easier than it would have been otherwise. Oh, hold on, stop repairing, stop repairing. Also stop hiding behind them. There you go. Free the sentry from the... Oh, okay. Apparently we need to free them now. There you go. Also, you can shoot these things. I only recently found that out. I might have mentioned that before already. Is that mine or is that the enemy? No, that's the enemy. So where's mine? I am a little confused now. Oh, hello. Oh, you broke down. Oh, great. Do I actually need to repair this? Okay. This is definitely not going like it should have. It's actually costing me a lot more like this. How are you healing? Oh my god, this fight is going so much harder than I thought it would. Okay, I stopped talking a little bit and focused on actually shooting the things, and there we go. It's now completely taken down. This looks like a moon crater land. Okay, so let's see. We need to shoot the thingies. There should be one more thingy behind here. There we go. And now we need the actual terminal, which is over there. And there we go. And hopefully that should complete the quest. Once again, I find myself at the terminal of the Sentinel's glassy archive. Once again, I am passive in the face of this hostile interface. Laylabs has requested a total severance. I will make it so. Well, there we go. Remote to response confirmed. Entity erased. As Laylabs severs themselves completely from the hive mind, I see flashes of light. Images of a world where everything is like glass, and I finally understand. This is my fate, the inevitable after. It's just an archive to completion of data. And once again, we're back to bleak. Okay. That was it. Inspect your drone to inspect the results. Hello? Hello, come over here. There you go. This does not have to be your destiny anymore. Telemon, not Telemon. It doesn't have to be the end. It won't be. We have died once, we won't die again. We have such fun, we will save the world. Our chance of failure is practically null. Sure. I knew I would do it, we have all done so well. Okay. Was that it? Do I now get to fix my broken walker? Oh man. Oh, yeah, drone friend TDA. We fully reassembled a drone. So, does that mean the quest is now gone from our... Yeah. Well, that was pretty sweet. Now, I really want to know, how badly did I just break my thing? Let's check. Oh, that's getting into it. I guess we could do that as well. What I really want to know is how much stuff do I have to... Jeez. I mean, it's not that bad. We have these things, but really, I was hoping not to have to repair, you know, half my Minotaur after a single fight. Now, something we might want to do along the way, and I just realized, is actually hire someone who wants to work at the Exocraft station. I demand a place on your throne world, interloper. Acceptance will grant you the glory of an Exocraft and a Viking mech priest to administer its mass. Pray only that you have an Exocraft terminal sufficient for my skills. Refusal will result in my inevitable extermination. Be quick. Well, let's hire them. And let's see what they have us to offer, because I'm hoping that will actually give me, for example, a mining laser to put on my new plaything. And then last but not least, let's check out what this large depot is going to turn into. It is currently producing 22,000 while costing me 33, so that's about 12,000 deficit, at least that's what it's running right now. And now we've upgraded it. Let's find out what it actually does for me, because I'm wondering if this is the thing I should have started with. Well, at the very least, it is now turning a profit, and this can actually be upgraded, I think, twice more. I assume it goes all the way up to S. So yeah, this is definitely the way to go if you want to have your buildings, or your cities I should say, profitable. Start with the larger production buildings in order to make that happen. Alright, I recruited the guy, I put him here in my base, and I actually also already did all its quests. Because the thing is, the quests that I got from this guy, I am not going to go through, because they were mostly related to things I've already done. So initially you get a lot of quests to upgrade the roamer, which I already upgraded, so that was literally just me standing in front of the guy and turning in quests. Then we also got, where is it? This huge version of the roamer, I guess it's called the Colossus, which I do have to say is massive. So we go to that thing. I mean, you can fit a lot of technology in this thing, and it has a massive amount of cargo space. I do have to say, I'm a little bit confused as to when I would use this. I mean, I guess you can use it to drive around on the planet and mine, but you can also kind of do that in the other ones. It seems overkill. That's basically what I'm saying. I mean, is it useless? No. Is it kind of cool? Yes. Is it particularly something you need? No. I also got, by the way, while doing that questline, somewhere in between, I think it was actually the last thing I got, the Nomad, which is, I think, by far my favorite vehicle, mostly because it just hovers over the terrain. It's fairly quick. I didn't actually upgrade it yet, but we got that one in the last expedition, and I found it was really cool. And well, then there were a couple of quests to just go quickly to a nearby location, but honestly, instead of taking my vehicles, I just flew there with my ship. I don't know where my ship went. Anyway, it's just more efficient to go from A to B by ship, unless you're actively exploring a planet. But even then, I don't know. Anyway, that sounds like I'm complaining. I'm not. It was just not really interesting. But it does mean I now have organically accessed all the different exocrafts through the quest line. And as you can see, I don't actually have a lot of quest lines left. This is just a general one. This is the community one that we're currently working on. The Overseer is now just giving me a recurring quest where he sends me to take a picture of a planet. Not particularly useful. I still have this quest. This is for the... Well, actually, this is for the Exocraft I don't have yet, but I already did this quest in the first expedition. Then we have the base computer repeating quest, and I also completed the last few quests for the farmer dude, which just basically meant I needed to plant a couple more plants, but I already had all of them in my inventory, so I just planted it, turned in the quest, and that was that. Actually not sure if this guy is going to give me a recurring quest of some sort as well, because it seems that all of them, once you finish their actual quest lines, just give you a recurring quest. All of that said, that means I'm kind of done here in this old universe. I've kind of closed all the loops that we were working on. So that also means I'm going to stop this episode. I do have a couple of things that I still want to do, but I want to specifically do them in the new universe, galaxy that we transported to at the end of the main quest line. I kind of want to build a world for myself, and also want to do one specific thing that I haven't really done in the last few episodes. Let's just go around and explore on my own. And I know there's a lot of you that are actually interested in, you know, seeing me actually enjoy the game. So if you're here for that, then by all means, again, join me for the next episode. If you are still here, either way, you are awesome, and I do hope to catch you in the next one.